Okay, I was hoping more of we would cut, not hug, but I really feel like we just go in there with a weed whacker and just can chop down these vines a bit, though. Maybe we get a Molotov cocktail, just... Ah! I love the voice actor for this guy. He's fucking hilarious. Oh, Lord. I did not need to see that. Like, that's a fucking zombie imagery. There's chunks, too. He got blood clots. Oh, my God. The tits could use some improvements, but still would. I think he's dying. I think he's actually gonna die. But I think he's bringing this one down with him. That's just disrespectful. The crotch land like that? That's insane. We're taking it out and it's gonna take us out. Isn't the whole thing we have to hold the sword down? But in a day, if this lasts more than a day, they'll just attack us again. Am I like a traumatized partner in a relationship who's not in an abusive relationship and is now questioning just like, I just can't believe good things are gonna happen? See, this is why I have trust issues, guys. There's never gonna be good times. Well, of course, those are just some of the highlights. If you want to see the full live reaction, is over on my Patreon. But let's jump into it. This was an insane episode of Hell's Paradise, but I do got a bone to pick with that girl. Now, I have been glazing Season 2 to the point that I'm not even asking for lube anymore. I'm taking it raw when it comes to Hell's Paradise. So everything I'm about to say, before you get on your angry little keyboards, tippity-tacking, clacking away, Brainy, you're being too harsh. If it took me damn 10 episodes into a season of a show to have something that slightly disappointed me, not to the point that it destroyed the episode's enjoyment for me, you're the issue, not me, okay? Great fucking episode. In terms of pure enjoyment, I think it was damn near a 10 out of 10 episode. But I did have frustration. Her. Now, objectively, the hugging and bringing him back to reality did a lot for their dynamic and pulling a man away from the fact that he feels so guilty for having to run away and leaving someone behind. The issue is, I feel like she could have cut the fucking vines. The whole thing is that we needed to hold the sword in place in order to slowly make it so they can't regenerate. But if we don't hold the sword in place, they'll just fucking eject that sword, reheal, do whatever. So, in doing so, the self-defense mechanism, it's pretty much this, right? Just slowly the vines go inside the person, and it's basically a battle of endurance. So, in doing so, bro is gonna die. I know you're not the best swordsman in the entire group. I know inexperience can play a factor that you might end up cutting him. But if bro's already getting fucking finger fucked by these goddamn vines, even if you slice him a bit, I'm sure there's going to be arguments ranging from full health, go help someone else who needs it, sure. I really felt like when she was running back, it was going to be a whoosh, you know, cutting down the vine. I do appreciate the fact that, like, obviously it couldn't do anything, right? It was going to take a day to regenerate. But the thing is yes, you were objectively correct. Bro is thinking he needs to do this for revenge, but bro had a smile on his face when he died. I saw it. We didn't have time to talk about this because we've been focused on revenge and training. All that writing I like, and I think you can still have the hug scene, but I think just a slight change. Comes in, cuts the vines, then you pull bro away, maybe you do the hug scene, and then you say, you know what? You good? Let's both just keep cutting them fucking vines a bit. I get it though, because like, other people probably need help, blah, blah, blah. I would be shocked if a majority of people were just like, damn, this is an emotional scene with zero complaints. Because I think it's an emotional scene, but it's missing a core component of seeing you slice through the fucking vines. I don't know, like, I think there's arguments to be made that a core reason this happened the way it did is just for plot convenience. And it's weird because I don't come into this episode frustrated, like, damn, I'm like frustrated in a way. I'm like, I just don't see why you couldn't have added her, having her return, cutting the vines for 30 fucking seconds, then doing the hug scene, or hell, do the hug scene, have her cut some fucking vines and be like, see, it's not even, just do something, right? Because early into the episode, I understand why you didn't do anything. You were scared. But there's literally an entire scene of picking yourself back up and realizing you need to help him. So why not cut some fucking vines, you know what I mean? That's all I'm saying. I'm sure someone's gonna get like overly pissed off. Brandon, you're being too critical of it. It's like, this is why I have to overly explain, and for some of you it will be annoying. But I have to treat people who take any form of criticisms like literal toddlers, that I'm like, don't worry, Johnny, you scraped your knee, but it's gonna be okay. I still think this episode was fucking amazing. It just frustrates me when a show that entertains me, especially as much as season 2's did, I can't rationalize. And I'm sure there's gonna be some defenses in the comment section, and I've thought of them, don't worry. I think you need to cut some fines. I really did. Okay? I feel like there was avoidable pain this week, goddammit. Now, the big thing about this show is that it's beautifully disgusting. Like, you can look at a scene like this where it's severed bodies and they look like goddamn zombies. And, like, it's simultaneously the most grotesque looking shit and beautiful all at the same time. And just, the more you go, the more it's just like, what am I even experiencing, right? And it's hard to say what it would smell like in this place. They never really examine this shit. They never really highlight, oh my god, the grotesque smell. Like, sometimes when you play video games, your character might be like, oh, it smells like shit in here. I really wish shonens and anime in general would be like, damn, I'm gagging from the fucking smell. Because there's a lot of shit going on. There's body parts just... At one point, our bro steps on something that looks like an uncircumcised cock, and he slips and it explodes. It's a whole fucking thing, right? The thing is when we get into this form specifically, it's really cool. Like, exceptionally cool. And it's funny because the first, like, 5-ish minutes, or maybe first few minutes of this episode, bro's out here doing sound effects that are so goofy, I'm having to pause and do a double take, because it's basically the Nani of the episode of, like, oh fuck, I'm gonna die reactions. And it was just absolutely glorious. I think what they did in terms of tying back to something early in season 1, which I honestly forgot about, so the recap at the start of the episode, not in the way of just here's recap, it was almost like reminiscing of the past, I thought was really effective storytelling. And to be honest, the emotions and the brutality and just tying together and seeing someone, yeah, I mean, I was convinced even, like, man, like, think of the pain he was in, but no, it's like, yeah, you went out with a smile on your face. And it's interesting, it's, you know, teacher student teacher, and these three's dynamic was so interesting. Like, that's why I'm like, you know what, the hug and seeing him happy again, I do really like that. I don't think we need to change that. I just think you need to give moments of maybe you're trying to cut the vines with him, then he sends you away, and then you come back, you toss him down, then you cut the vines. I think there's ways to write this to make her feel more useful than just I'm saving your heart. But I guess maybe some people's argument will be that's all she needs to be. I don't know. I just think 2 extra minutes of cutting vines would have really made me feel like she wasn't just standing there often for plot reasons so that he could suffer. Does that make sense? I mean, I fucking loved this episode. It's still one of the more enjoyable episodes of season 2. It's just, yeah, I had a bone to pick with it. And if that frustrates you, man, there have been times where I've simply said, man, I wasn't a huge fan of this one specific part, but man, the rest of the episode, and people lose their shit. The internet is a deeply unserious place, and it's a shonen series, so who knows how people are going to take this, because if the whole internet collectively says greatest episode ever, and I dared get up here to say I wish she cut some vines, I'm going to be considered Satan. So be it. I'm still going to take this series raw. I just wish maybe it would have lubed up a little for that scene. Your thoughts down below. Drop a like, show your support though. Subscribe, ring that bell if you haven't already. And Patreon, I do got those full live reactions and exclusives like, hey, you know I gotta give those video shows to my patrons, because of why you get these YouTube videos at all. Alright, so today we got Gutter Snipe, Troy, Rikamatsu, Jeffo369, Game Senpai, ICL Cicero, Michael Meadows, Sleep Fish, and we also have Wayne Delquist. So I appreciate the support, everyone. Please take care, and you'll have a good one.